Peace, it's Equality Fragrances coming to you from Prince George's County, Maryland. Welcome to the Cypher. Today, I'm gonna be giving you 10 sexy sandalwood fragrances that women love. When I have worn these fragrances, I have received positive feedback from them. What is sandalwood? Sandalwood is a type of wood that is used in aromatherapy. It has a coziness, a calmness to it. It has different facets, something that's smooth, oftentimes creamy, meditative, and you also can get something lactonic depending on how it's used and what it's mixed with. I think it is a good unisex type of scent that leans right down the middle. Now, depending on whatever notes are compared with it will determine if someone deems it more masculine or feminine, but sandalwood by itself is absolutely amazing. With that being said, let's start the show. Coming in at number 10, imagine being in an exotic location, doing an excursion in the rainforest. Think Costa Rica or Brazil. You can smell the heady florals, the woodiness, the greenness, as well as the earth around you. This is coming from the house of Monteith Olfactive, and this is Huaka'i. This is an amazing scent. A little goes a long way with this. You get heady florals. This uses 2 types of ouds and 2 types of sandalwood. There's a creaminess to it. There's also a fruitiness to it without being fruity, and that comes from the florals. An absolute amazing scent. One to sample and get your nose on. To me, this leans more masculine than feminine, but a woman can wear it if that's what she chooses to wear. And this is coming from Monteith Olfactive, and this is Huaka'i. Coming in at number 9 is an amazing fragrance. You should see a lot of this in spring lists. I prefer to wear it in spring and autumn, but you can wear this any season. It's very seductive, cozy, not too loud, perfect for dates or cuddling time scents. It's very mood enhancing. This comes from the house of BDK, and this is Gris Charnel. Now, what is this fragrance? I get this butteriness, which comes from orris butter and sandalwood. Very creamy, slightly powdery. But that cardamom up top adds a green, spicy, aromatic nature to the fragrance, almost cooling, that blends well with the fig black tea. It's slightly earthy because of the vetiver. It's earthy, green, smooth, buttery, creamy, warm. An amazing scent. And that's Gris Charnel from BDK. Coming in at number 8 is just a great date night scent. Spring and autumn is where I like to wear this fragrance, but it has this balsamic, ambery, warm, cozy feel that's also cuddly and warm for the winter. This is coming from the house of Yves Saint Laurent, and this is Caban. This is basically sandalwood and tonka bean. The elemi and olibanum, along with the tonka, which has this vanillic effect, adds this almost warm, resinous amber accord. You get some peppery spice rosiness, which comes from the pink pepper that could almost come off like rose and sandalwood, but not really to me. It just gives that feel a little bit. So if you're somebody scared of rose, don't be scared of this. This is an amazing scent. I know everybody talks about tuxedo, but this and caftan are stunning, and that's Caban. Coming in at number 7, I say this is the fragrance that changed the game for me, that had me looking at fragrance differently. This is a staple in my collection. I consider this a 10 out of 10 fragrance. This used to be like $39. I heard it's like 50 something dollars now. Is it worth it? Yeah, it's still worth 50 something dollars to me. Hell, it can be 110. I would probably still buy another bottle if they have it when I run low. This is coming from the house of Declaration, and this is Declaration D'un Soir. Any man who remotely thinks they want to get a rose fragrance, this is the fragrance that turned me out. This is basically rose and sandalwood, a warm, fresh, spicy. The cardamom and the rose adds greenness like the stem of the rose. You got black pepper, so it's a peppery rose upon sandalwood. Stunning to perfection. Amazing. This is Declaration D'un Soir. Coming in at number 6 is an absolute narcotic. I cannot get enough of this smell. This is a perfect date night scent. This scent is also unisex right down the middle. What it smells like on a woman is different than what it smells like on me, which is different than what I get on paper. This is one you really should not blind buy. You must sample. There are too many notes, and depending on your skin chemistry, you're gonna pick up different notes. This is coming from the house of De Gabor, and this is Darling. Beautiful date night scent, one of elegance, class, but yet real flirty and sexual. What I get is sandalwood from beginning to end, laid upon this cherry cognac with this almond paste, which comes from the marzipan that's slightly powdery as well. As it transitions, I still get that sandalwood, that creamy woodiness, but I also get this smoothed out leather accord in the base that's ambery and musky. The musk really shows its head. It's very sexual musk, very intimate musk. Amazing scent, one that needs its own review and one you need to sample. And that's from the house of De Gabor, and that's Darling. Coming in at number 5 is an amazing date night scent. One of the best rose sandalwood fragrances on the market. This is intimate and this is seductive. This is coming from the house of Serge Lutens, and this is Santal Majuscule. This is my second bottle of this. If word ever came out that this might be discontinued, I'll buy another bottle. What is this? You have a beautiful, slightly jammy rose, like Rose Damascena. Jammy, almost raspberry, but not overly jammy. You get cacao that adds this chocolate powder to the rose, and you get this smooth, creamy sandalwood. Notes not listed in this. I feel like there's some saffron, there's some warm spiciness to it, and maybe a little bit of cinnamon, but that cinnamon could be coming from the Rose Damascena. This is a stunning fragrance. It's flawless, and that's Santal Majuscule. Coming in at number 4, some consider this the best sandalwood fragrance ever created. Me, I don't, but it's definitely a top tier sandalwood fragrance. Now, the type of sandalwood feeling you get here is one that has been burnt, and you can smell it in the air. It's very calming and relaxing. This is coming from the house of Kilian, and this is Kilian Sacred Wood. This is a 50 ml refill bottle. If you have their travel atomizers, you take the magnetic top off, you screw the top off of this, you pour it inside and fill it up till you filled it all the way up. But if you have their 50 ml bottles, you screw the tops off of those, you turn it, and the entire contents will be poured inside your refill bottle. With that being said, what does this fragrance smell like? This fragrance is lactonic and warm, spicy. I feel like there's some black pepper or some cumin in here. Very aromatic, but yet warm, spicy with this lactonic feel. The sandalwood is like one that has been burnt, so it's almost a incense type of quality that's also surrounded by sweet pencil shaving woodiness, which comes from cedarwood. A stunning sandalwood fragrance. Like most Kilians, is not too loud, but in the warmer weather like autumn or spring, this is a perfect scent, and this is Sacred Wood. Coming in at number 3, unfortunately, word is this fragrance is discontinued. Actually, I think Frederick Mall came in my inbox on Instagram when I posted this, and I think they did confirm that this is discontinued. So if you can find it, now's the time to snatch it up. This is Dries Van Noten. What does this smell like? This is a very lactonic, balsamic, vanillic sandalwood. That's what it is. It's a lot of spiciness in here. It almost becomes bready, like sweet and bready. It reminds me of like these Asian sweet biscuits I would get at the carryout. That's kind of doughy. That's the feeling I get from here. So it's warm, cozy, slightly gourmand. It has this gourmand quality to it. Amazing date night scent. One I prefer in the autumn and winter time. Definitely unisex, but one of the best sandalwoods ever created. It's unfortunate that it's discontinued. And that's Dries Van Noten from Frederick Mall. Coming in at number 2. Now, this has been considered the best sandalwood fragrance you can ever buy. Some will say the older formulations are better, the sandalwood perform better. And they might be right, but I don't care. I know when I wear this, it smells absolutely amazing. I'm not a fragrance purist. I don't care. This is coming from the house of Xerjoff, and this is Richwood. This fragrance has been compared to fragrances like Coromandel from Chanel, which I have back there. Nah, they're totally different. The patchouli here is very clean. Now, what this does use is that Chanel type of musk. Cœur de Russie, Le Lion, and Coromandel all use this beautiful musk element in those fragrances, which doesn't get talked about a lot. It uses that clean musk, but you get this fruity rose, slightly tart with the black currant, and then it's this ambery, woody, musky base. The patchouli is extremely clean, zero dirt on the patchouli. An amazing scent. Again, the older formulations, if you can find an older bottle, have more sandalwood than patchouli. This is kind of running neck and neck, but either way, if you can get this formulation, it is absolutely classy. And this is Richwood from Xerjoff. Coming in at my #1 scent. Some people might say, I don't really know if I consider it a sandalwood fragrance. Listen, it's a lot going on in this fragrance, but on my skin, the sandalwood absolutely cranks. This is going to get burned in the spring. It also gets major burn in the autumn and winter. This is woody, it is powerful, it is bold, it is masculine. And this is coming from the house of Boadicea, the Victorious, and this is Green Sapphire. Again, the sandalwood pops off of my skin. You get raspberry, but it's not overly jammy, just adds a fruit sweetness to it. You get a lot of cashmere and that ambery, woody feel. The violet leaf is powdery up there, and you get this pine. The pine adds some dry green woodiness to the fragrance. But when it dries down and as it starts to do what it do, the sandalwood really comes in. It's a very woody, smooth sandalwood. It's not lactonic. It's not smoky. It is just smooth, almost like sandalwood powder. Stunning fragrance, compliment getting fragrance, a masculine fragrance. And this is Green Sapphire. So those are my 10 sandalwood fragrances that women love. In the comments down below, give me your favorite sandalwood fragrances within your collection. Do not forget to hit the like button. I don't ask you for much. I'm not asking you to go to a Patreon for exclusive content. I'm just asking you to hit the like button. It's free to do. It helps the channel grow, please. Other than that, if you have any questions for me, do not forget to follow me. Keyword follow me on Instagram. If you send me a message and you're not following me, I do not care if you are a company or somebody who said they watched the video. That doesn't mean you're subscribed to me. And if you're not following me, it's an etiquette thing. It means you're coming into my house to knock on my door to take and you're not giving. It's a give and take. Everybody who follows me and goes in my inbox knows I respond to all messages. If you don't, and I never respond to your message because you're not following me, do better. With that being said, I'm going to leave you the way I greeted you, and that's the universal language of peace.